Do you ever find yourself thinking, everyone sees me as a success, so why don't I see myself that way? Or maybe you're just frustrated because you have worked hard to get to where you are, and yet you still feel like you're not where you really should be. A lot of doctors have these thoughts, and ultimately it leads to the question, now what? Dr. Don Deems is one of a handful of practicing dentists who is also a fully trained professional personal and business coach. He knows the ins and outs of dentistry, and he can help you get to where you really want to be. Hi, Dr. Deems.
Hi.
I think so often people have done things a certain way for so long that it's hard to get a fresh perspective. As a professional coach, how can you help dentists create the life they really want?
Great question. You're getting to the heart of the matter quickly, so let's really talk about that. I think one of the things that a coach really brings to the table for their clients is the ability to get a helicopter view about what's going on. And that perspective can really change things for people who feel like, I'm stuck, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm not happy with what I'm doing, I need some help. And so as a coach, we help people gain that clarity, that understanding, that self-awareness about what's going on. We provide a lot of support to helping clients achieve what it is that they really want to achieve.
I'm sure that becoming a coach had something to do with you could, as a practicing dentist for several years, you could identify with your clients and
Yes.
what they're talking about. So tell us a little bit about why you became a coach.
Yes, I absolutely could. Many years ago, I had gotten to a point in my life where it was like I was holding all the marbles, and it was like, what do I do? I don't know where to go. I don't know where to turn. And as a practicing dentist, we generally are practicing in solo practices. We don't have somebody that we can go to talk to. So as a result, most dentists work with a consultant, for example. Consultants are very popular in the dental industry. However, having worked with a couple consultants myself, I wasn't finding the answers. So I started looking elsewhere. And I fortunately landed on a brand new profession at the time, which was called coaching, and began working with my own coach. That ultimately led me to wanting to coach others. And so I became trained, and here I am. It's really my passion.
Now, you mentioned consulting. To be clear, coaching is not consulting.
Right.
It is not therapy.
It is not.
In doing research for this, Fortune 500 executives have coaches. It's not like you have a coach because you're broken, you need fixing. It's because you need some help seeing the steps that you need to take to move forward in a
Right.
positive way.
Right.
Talk with us a little bit about what your approach is in working with your clients.
My approach to working with clients is to really understand, first of all, who they are and what it is that they want to accomplish. Knowing those objectives, I can get behind them 100% and help them achieve those objectives. How that happens is very non-linear, it's very fluid. There is not a recipe or a worksheet for us to get from point A to point B. I'm going to work with a person's strengths, as I mentioned before. I'm going to help them gain some clarity about who they are, what their values are, what's important to them, what their needs are. Consulting, for example, doesn't do that. Neither does therapy, which they're both valuable, but they don't really draw from the person's innate knowledge and experience to help them achieve what it is that they want to achieve.
Yeah, and get to the heart of the matter. You're looking at your strengths and your weaknesses, but using both of them ultimately to still cause you to go forward.
Yes,
Yeah.
very forward moving. I think that's the thing that differentiates more than anything else coaching from other types of learning and growth processes.
Yeah, knowing who you are. Now, what are some of the main reasons that you find that your clients call you for coaching?
I get a wide variety of reasons. Most common ones are that they're very frustrated with how things are going in their practice, and they need some help. Most of them have worked with consultants before, and they're just not getting the kinds of things that they're wanting. So they get kind of tired of going through that process. I get comments such as, I just want to go to work with a bag over my head. I mean, how sad is that, really? Or I'm just not really satisfied. I put everything I have into this practice, and I'm frustrated. I feel stuck, and I need some help, and I don't know where to turn. Then again, I have other clients who are very successful, and they're looking to stay on top of their game, very similar to like Tiger Woods, who has a coach. I mean, all top performers have a coach.
Yeah.
And that should be no exception for dentists, because dentists are truly CEOs of their own company. And so, just like the Fortune 500 companies that you mentioned, excuse me, it's the same thing with dentists. Once the dentist begins to see themselves as a CEO and recognize that, you know what, for me to be on my A game, it would be a great investment for me to work with somebody that can help me stay there.
And it affects every area of your life.
Absolutely. It's no boundaries. I get reports that how it affects marriages, how it affects relationships with their patients, relationships with family members, relatives, you name it. It really involves everything personal and professional in life.
What do you see as the greatest value in coaching, and how coaching can be a powerful tool in someone's life?
Yeah, the greatest thing I think that coaching brings to a person is, number one, self-awareness. And that is so critical, that we're actually involved in and know what we're saying and doing. The second thing that it really brings to the person is a sense of quiet self-confidence in who they are and where they're going, because they've aligned with what's important to them, what their values are, and that they understand their needs. Those all interact then to help the person really get to where they want to be in life. And I think that's really one of the greatest things that coaching can do for people.
Thank you, Dr. Deems.
You're welcome.
To find out more information, make sure that you take a look around this website. There's a lot of really helpful information. You can also call or email Dr. Deems for a free consultation. But make sure you take the time to see how Dr. Deems can help you gain life-changing results.